All right, Aiden, this is a little bit of a useless video, but look, I unplugged one of the power wires, the one to the slave board, but look, both lights are on. I'm kind of an idiot because I forgot when you program the slave board operating system, the SD card, when you program it to be a slave, it also flips a little switch in there that says, go ahead and try to power through the data wire, because the data wire also has power. So there's actually power coming through the wall into this board and the master board. And the master board, the brain says, oh, let's split off some power over this way. And it sends a little bit of extra down through the hub. And it's plenty. There's plenty of extra to run one board. I don't think it would run 2 or 3 or 4 maybe. I did look up how much amperage is required to keep a board going, but they surge. You know, they'll use a lot of amperage, then a little, then a lot, then a little. So there's, but it'll run another board. So this slave board is actually running off the master. That's one of the main reasons to use USB gadget is because you can just take your Raspberry Pi, you can plug it in your phone, you can plug it in your computer, and it acts like a slave. Everywhere it goes, it'll act like a gadget. It'll act like a USB device. And it lets the computer you're plugging into act as the host. It lets that computer act as the brain, but it also acts as the power source. But it's good. I'm glad the feature, USB gadget feature, will detect if there's power on the slave power wire. Like if I were to plug that in, it would probably automatically switch over. My guess is it would automatically switch over to that power wire if I were to plug that power in right now. But right now it's running power through the master board, which is kind of cool. And so I wasn't going to make a video of this. I was actually just trying to power up the slave or the master board and rename it. So I've logged in under root, and I'm going to go back and name the default user to master. Not that it matters, but I was worried it was a mistake to do that and that it was screwing up our other stuff. But I have a feeling that wasn't the problem. It was just the key generation. We had to generate key pairs. All right. So what did I do? User mod. Yeah. User mod -L. -L space master space. Because so look, we're at root at board 1, so we're not reading board 2 at all, and that just happens to be running and on. It's not doing anything. It's just being a stupid slave. Okay, so I'm renaming it to master from pi. And the way we check that worked is cd space dash home, enter, and then ls space dash or -L. So these are the permissions. I forget what D is, but read, write, execute, read. You're not allowed to write, execute, read, not allowed to write, execute. That's what that stands for. And I forget it. I think it's user, group. They go in groups of 3 for read, write, and execute. The user can read, write, and execute. The group of users can only read and execute. They can't write. And I forget what the last group is. Anyway, master, pi, blah, blah, blah. So let me cd back out to the root directory there, the root file of the tree structure. Let me go ahead and ls. Oh no, I wanted to be in home. All right, cd /home. Just regular ls. And notice it still says pi. So maybe I'm allowed to rename the folder. That might just be the folder name, and I could just, if I go in there and I actually can't remember what mv is move, cp is copy. I don't remember how to rename things, but anyway, I could probably rename the folder to master, and maybe it wouldn't read pi like that. So is that all I wanted to do? Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Let me log back in and see if I can SSH into it. And actually, now we'll test if I can SSH with the power unplugged. Yeah. So log out. Do I want to shut down or reboot? No, I just want to log out. I'll log back in as master. All right. We'll change our notes here again. Starting to look a little kooky. Maybe I'll have to write it up again more neatly. We're back to username master for the first board. Okay, login came up. I'll put the password in, which is also master. And I'm just doing this. I want to see if I can SSH into the slave while the slave is being powered by the master. Which I should be able to. It shouldn't be a problem. All right, let's get a terminal screen here. All right, CD, back to root. Okay, master at board 1 is what it says now. So let's just try SSH 192.168.0.11. Because we're trying to SSH into board 2, which is the slave board. See if it works. Oh, and the password is... Oh, it shouldn't ask for a password. It's not going to work. It shouldn't be asking for a password. Three times and it says no. All right. Well, I guess we have to keep them username pi. I'm just going to give up on that because I guess, I could make another set of keys and another padlock. Let me try that. All right. So SSH hyphen keygen space. Let's look at these notes. I forgot already. Hyphen T space RSA. Hyphen T space RSA. I wonder, maybe we should try 4096. Let's make sure that's right. SS keygen hyphen T RSA space 4096. All right. Yeah, we'll try. This is stronger encryption. It's more bits. It's twice as many as the 2048. So if somebody tried to brute force attack this, it'd be much, much tougher. But actually, SSH, I think that's one of the things Edward Snowden had released in some of his document dumps was that the NSA had some ways to get into SSH, but it wasn't all the time. It was under special circumstances they could break SSH. So it's not as secure as you think it is. But it's pretty much secure for everything other than nuclear secrets. That'd be my guess. I don't really know this stuff. I'm in over my head here. So I'm pressing enter. Okay, does that look like it worked? No, it said too many arguments. Well, I wasn't arguing with anybody. No, all right, too many arguments. All right, I'm going to get rid of the 4096. Never mind that. Oh, it seemed to not like the T. Well, there's a big T. Oh, no, the little T goes to DSA or RSA. Okay, yeah, it doesn't want the 4096 after it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and press enter because there I took away 4096. All right, generating public-private RSA key pair. So it's a public key and a private key, which is more like a private key and a public padlock. And a public padlock you can make many copies of. All right, enter file into which to save the key. Okay, they give you a default file. I'm just going to press enter. Home already exists. Overwrite. Okay, yes. Go ahead and overwrite because we're not Pi user anymore. We're master. Enter passphrase. No passphrase. Enter same passphrase again. None. All right. There's our new random art image. And the SHA-256 underneath and the RSA. Now here's the SHA-256. That's like that's a hash, I guess they call it a hash. I can't remember what it does. It's something to verify that you got the right answer. The key fingerprint is SHA-256, blah, blah, blah. All right. Key public key has been saved. Okay, there's the names of the files. That's what I wanted. I should have wrote in my notes, but didn't. All right. Your identification has been saved in home.pi.sshid_RSA. Your public key, which is the padlock that you copy to other places, has been saved in home.pi.ssh-id_RSA.pub. Okay. So that's the important information. And now we can SSH into 192.168.0.11 with the slave board powered not through the wall, but through the master board, through the hub, and through that yellow wire. All right, I will press enter and it should work. It's not working. Well, I will try master. Oh, I know why it's not working. Okay, never mind. Let me just... I forgot to copy the this file, the padlock. I didn't copy the padlock over into the slave board. So I need to exit this out one more time just to get rid of it. Enter the wrong password. Stupid me. All right, I forgot to do this. SSH copy ID and then the IP address. SSH hyphen copy hyphen ID space 192.168.0.11. And so that will copy this file into a particular folder on the slave board. I don't remember which folder. Probably the .ssh folder. The same one. It's probably home.pi.ssh. But now when I go change the slave board over to the name slave, username slave, maybe the SSH key won't be in that folder anymore. It'll be in a different folder. Now, who knows? We'll see. All right. This is going to work for now, I think. All right. Source of keys to be installed tells you where it's coming from. Attempting to log in with a new key to filter out any that are already installed. One key remains to be installed. If you're prompted now, it is to install the new keys. All right. My password. I guess I'll put in master. Okay, slave. Nope, root. Oh, this computer's stupid. All right, let me try it again. Nope, it's not going to work. All right, that's got to be a different password. Those aren't the Raspberry Pi operating system passwords. Those must be the SSH passwords. And they never asked me to set up an SSH password. I've just set up keys. That's all I've set up so far. Oh, maybe the password. Oh, because they did say, yeah, let me try one more thing. Let me try entering no password at all. because they said enter a passphrase and then I didn't enter any at all. Nope. That'd be too easy, wouldn't it? All right, well, I went ahead and broke it. I don't know that it'll work again. Let's try to SSH in, even though we weren't able to copy the file. I kind of highly doubt that will allow it to happen. Nope. All right, well, I'll change the board name back to Pi, I guess, and try to get it back to working. Try to get the SSH working again. And then just not mess with it. I guess never change these usernames. The default username, it's just too much of a hassle.